Well, at last count, the Church of Scientology was one of nearly 8,000 religious organisations and charities in Australia that don't pay tax. Well, that could be about to change with proposed laws forcing the Scientologists and others to prove that they're acting in the public interest.
I think it's a privilege to call yourself a Scientologist, and it's something that you have to earn.
Suddenly you're owned by Scientology. That's how I felt. That I had to report in at all times.
And there is a private face of an organisation that abuses its followers and viciously targets its critics and seems largely driven by paranoia.
It is my honour to present our first Freedom Medal of Valour to the most dedicated Scientologist I know.
I was told that I was to have an abortion. I tried several times to leave. First time I tried to leave, I was 22.
So our witnesses now are the Church of Scientology.
They're secretive, some say abusive, and now under the microscope.
Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the Church of Scientology, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the committee for this invitation to appear today before this inquiry.
Addressing this Senate inquiry into churches and their tax-exempt status, this Scientology delegation is justifying why they should continue to be subsidised by taxpayers.
I'm deeply concerned about this organisation and the devastating impact it can have on its followers.
Senator Nick Xenophon has led the chorus against Scientology in Australia.
We need this inquiry because we need to change the law.
Now he wants the rules changed so if the church does no public benefit, the church gets no tax exemption.
When you consider on balance what it does, what it says it does and what it actually does, and the harm it's caused to its followers, then there are some very real questions about why this organisation gets a tax-free status.
If they're subsidised and they're allowed tax deductibility for doing good, that good should be primarily to the wider community. I'm a Collingwood man.
Father Bob Maguire operates food vans for the homeless out of his South Melbourne church. In Australia, churches don't have to prove they do good for the community to get tax-exempt status. He thinks they should.
I don't think you should get tax exemption because you're doing worship.
So, does Scientology help the community without any hopes of cash or conversion?
Out on the streets,
yes.
How long have you been doing this?
Since about 1978.
In those years,
yeah.
How many Church of Scientologists
None.
have you seen on the street?
None.
None? Giving food to the poor?
No, not here.
Giving housing?
No. But then again, Scientology, I presume, is more of an organisation for the benefit of the members.
According to former Scientologist Jeanette Vontoff, the church didn't benefit her. Quite the opposite.
I was told that I was to have an abortion. And if I disagreed at that point, which I specifically said to the church official that told me this, I specifically asked, do I not have a choice in this? And I was told that no, I didn't.
As a member, she says, she was forced to undergo not one, but 2 abortions.
They've spread quite nasty rumours about me. They threatened to have my sister, who was a Scientologist when I first left, they threatened to make her disconnect from me.
For her to speak out is a tremendous act of courage, and it's why we need to change the law, because of people like Jeanette. They need to be protected. We need to have a system in place that holds organisations to account.
Tax accountant Andrew Gardner explains that churches get tax exemptions, essentially taxpayer subsidies, because it's presumed they do good for the community. But under Australian tax law, they don't have to prove it.
Well, it means that they can undertake a diverse type of activities. Some of those will be what we would normally regard as being quite commercial.
The Senate inquiry proposed introducing a public interest test like the UK and New Zealand have. Under their rules, there are no tax exemptions without proof the church is doing public good.
Suffice to say, the Church believes that the proposed bill is inherently flawed and puts at risk the financial future of charities and religions in Australia.
The Church of Scientology argues its charity work includes defending public rights, their volunteer minister program and its Narconon drug prevention clinics. ACA visited Narconon headquarters.
Hello, Nick Etchells from A Current Affair.
Hi.
Drug addicts pay tens of thousands of dollars to attend the program, which has been widely panned.
I don't think that's a treatment in itself, no.
After New Zealand required churches to link their income and expenditure to public good, Scientology's reported income dropped from $2.6 million to just $374,000.
Is there any link between that drop in income and having to report to the Charities Commission? What's the issue there?
No, I'd have to... It wasn't anything to do with reporting to the Charities Commission. I think that drop in income was actually, from memory, the exchange rate drop.
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
When the Church of Scientology doesn't pay any tax, it means the rest of us as taxpayers are in effect footing the bill. We're in effect subsidising this organisation.
Late today, the Church of Scientology said the discrepancy in that New Zealand revenue was because of a one-off loan from their Los Angeles headquarters. The findings from that Senate inquiry are due late next month.